So my name is Eni Isan Edegi. I'm known as the Naija Goddess, right? I'm a board-certified holistic nutritionist, certified herbalist, and I'm a naturopathic doctoral candidate. Should be graduating prayerfully in 5 years. We'll see. I'm a level 2 holistic nutrition counselor by the Dr. Lalila Africa method. He certified me before he passed away. And I'm the owner of the Naija Goddess Health and Wellness Clinic and the co-owner of Love and Action Cafe with my awesome business partner, Dumar Hemingway, Chef OG. So that's a little bit about me. And then for those who just to refresh your memory, like, why do we even start this class almost 4 years ago now, which is crazy. We were at Eastway because, my husband owns Purple Shaw at Steppers, and we were teaching a dance class over there, and Eastway had kind of just opened up, and I saw this demo kitchen, and something just kept drawing me to it. I said to Damon, I need to do a class. Let me find some money, and I'm just going to do a class and just see what happens, because I had just started my certification journey, and just a little bit I had learned. I said, I got to tell people, because why is this information not obvious? Why is it not obvious? Started the class, met the OGs, from Eastway, and the class just kept growing. And we always had the format of a 40-minute lecture, 1 hour of me cooking 2 or 3 dishes from all over the world, mainly West Africa, because I'm biased, the Caribbean and Southeast Asia. And then we would end with Q&A and eating. But I learned quickly that y'all lose interest very quickly, and y'all need snacks on the way. So we modified it a little bit to keep you entertained the whole time, right? Leslie, you made it. I'm trying not to cry today. I'm so happy to see all of you. I'm going to keep it together. I promise myself I'm going to keep it together. So we started this class because I told you all in our last class, June 30th, which has been almost 6 months, it's crazy. I gave you all the full story about my father, and really that's why we really started this class. My father, for those who don't know, my best friend, the love of my life, my everything, from medical malfeasance, if we'll just say it like that. He was killed in the hospital. And when I was in the rooms with the doctors, they were saying this stuff, and my spirit knew it was not right. But I did not have the language, did not have the verbiage to say, that doesn't make sense, try something different, do something different. And when he died as a result of that, I said, that will never happen again. And knowing, if you knew my father, he would want me to do what I'm doing now. So that's when I went to school and changed my whole life. So that was the impetus of me changing everything. I had already switched my diet. As I told y'all before, I was very fat, still cute, but fat, okay? I was very fat most of my life, and I didn't even care I was fat, because I was like, it wasn't because I'm cute either. I had no energy. Everything was just sheer willpower, and everything in my life, sheer willpower. So when I changed my diet to a whole food plant-based diet, because I hate the word vegan, because vegan means I don't eat dead animals, right? I don't eat chicken periods. I don't eat other species' breast milk, right? But other than that, I could eat ho-hos and Oreos and whatever junk food and be vegan, and French fries all day. I could do that. So when I changed my diet, I did not expect to lose weight. I just wanted to have some energy, because everyone I knew who seemed to have more energy. So that's all I was hoping for. I had no idea that everything they told me I had to do for the rest of my life would just go away, and that weight would just melt off with no effort, because it wasn't like I was in a gym. I wasn't doing all that. I should have been, but I wasn't doing that. And then being a chef at the time and being a chef now, you're eating all the time because you're making delicious food, and it's like an oxymoron. Hey, Helen. Hey, okay. Sorry, we're recording. So anyway, get back on track. So yeah, so that happened, and that's it, man. If it was really the food the whole time, this is terrible. Like, this is absolutely unacceptable. And that's why I wanted to start the class. So between that, my father and my personal struggle, like I told you all, I had thyroid, I had a big goiter, my skin was terrible, my hair was not what you see today. Okay, it was not that. Skin was terrible, but again, no energy, high cholesterol, diabetes, fibroids, that they told me, oh, just wait till you're 35, have a hysterectomy, and you'll be fine. I'm like, but I'm 22. So what am I going to do for the next, just continue to suffer with horrific periods and all the things? And they're like, yeah, and we'll still give you medicine, you'll still feel like crap. right? So all those things happen, and so many other health issues I can't even start to remember anymore, and depression, major depression. So that was like my normal, and then I had to still get up and like try to be productive and make money and all the things and try to still be cute. I'm fat and tired and all the things, right? So when I changed my diet, all that just went away. So I had energy, I lost weight, all the things they said were wrong with me that would just manage for the rest of your life just went away. And I'm like, just the food, huh? This is some BS. And it really upset me. And then I changed my mind, said, okay, let's make this a thing and take what I was learning at the beginning and help other people, hence the class, okay? So that's like a brief recap about why I'm so passionate about why we're here, okay? And then you all know my little soapbox topics like being organic and all that. And so since most of you all have been to at least one class before, and a couple of you all just know me and, in my personal life, I decided today, instead of me doing a brand new lecture, because we also have a very special guest I'm going to tell you about, I'm going to do a refresher. And for those who haven't come to the class, this will be a nice primer. So when we have the class again, you'll know what to expect, okay? Because we have our way of doing things. A couple other things to touch on. You all made me kind of social media famous, okay? And for those of y'all who know me, I have no desire to be famous. I want to go to the grocery store and be unbothered, okay? I don't want that. I do not desire that whatsoever. But when we put this information out, the videos have gone viral. And I was able to be invited again to another YouTube event, and as a nano influencer, so it's less than 10,000 subscribers, but have a very loyal following. So it's basically when I put something out, you all actually consume the content, you engage the content, and they look at that. They care more about that than having 1 million subscribers and they barely watch the content. So thank you all for that, because that definitely wasn't me. So we're just going to do highlights from my most viral lectures that you all seem to love. You all love talking about poop, okay? Y'all love talking about any kind of reproductive issue, okay? You love talking about those things. So we're going to touch on those things today as a nice refresher, because it's been almost 6 months. Refresher time. Get your sheet out that has the 3 holes in the side. And the first question: what are the 4 major elimination channels of the body? Sweat via the what? Skin, okay? What else? You said pee? Pee via what organ? The kidneys, yes. What else? What's the third one? Bowels via what? So liver to the large intestines, yes. And what's the 4th major elimination channel? Your lungs, breathing, right. That's something you should be doing every day, right? So since June 30th, have y'all been doing that every day, eliminating those 4 ways every day, all 4? Sweating. I know you've been breathing. So you there, you're already halfway there, right? You've been breathing, you've been peeing, I'm sure. So the sweating part and the daily defecation part, is that happening? That's happening? Okay. Awesome. Okay. Number 2. What should your food be before you swallow? Y'all remember. A minimum. That's like the absolute bare minimum. But yes. So before you swallow, if you still have hunks of food in your mouth because you're gobbling it down and rushing and being greedy, okay, take a pause, all right? It should be a liquid before you swallow, right? That's called a bolus. It becomes chyme, all right? And that's how you can absorb your nutrients better. This is actually a natural way to prevent heartburn as well, all right? This is make sure you actually absorb your food far, far better, and you'll be able to pass whatever you need to pass a lot easier, okay? All right, great. Y'all doing great. Okay, you're at an A right now. Let's see if we're going to keep that. Okay, this is fantastic. All right, where does digestion begin? Who recalls? Huh? Before the mouth. Where does it begin? Before you smell, where does it begin? Before you see it, where does it begin? You think it. You smell it. Then you put it in the mouth. No, we talked about this several times, Shannon. We talked about this several times because once your thoughts get there and go and you smell it, then it's going to activate what? What happens next? The salivary glands activate, right? When your salivary glands activate, what happens next? What happens next in the body? You start salivating. Yes, Rebecca, that's true. Right. So something's communicating here, right, to say, hey, you need to start producing the digestive enzymes because something's about to come down the pipe, right? Right? So that whole process happens. So it's a whole thing. Y'all remember that? You got the first part right, huh? The whole thing. Okay. All right. And we also want to avoid cold food or super hot food because what? Who remembers? Right. It's hard to digest because what? And what about that, Yvonne? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Somebody trying to be MVP today. Okay. So what we talked about now, it doesn't mean that you can't have ice cream. It doesn't mean you can't eat a hot meal. I'm just telling you what your body is doing. Okay. What is happening within your body? Your body operates at 98.7 degrees, give or take. Yes. Okay. Hi, welcome to Love in Action. So when you are digesting your food, your body has to do it at 98.7 degrees. So when you eat that bowl of ice cream, hopefully it's not a bowl, hopefully it's a couple of tablespoons. But anyway, if you eat that bowl of non-dairy ice cream, your body has to warm it up and try to extract whatever nutrients supposedly are in that, unless you're eating some ice cream, right? He has to warm that up. That takes energy, right? Because we have normalized eating food and then wanting to take a nap afterwards, or what they call the itis. That is not normal because food is fuel for your body, right? So you should have energy when you eat, not the opposite. So if you feel sluggish and tired or have any kind of digestive issues after you eat, especially 2 hours after you eat, 2+ hours after you eat, then what you ate was not the best thing for you. You need some berries and antioxidants from those berries. That's correct, Kimberly. Okay. And this, like, so if we said we're going to avoid cold food, we want to also avoid eating when we're emotionally charged. You don't want to eat. You want to eat when you're in a calm, positive state. You want to eat when you're in a parasympathetic state, not in a sympathetic state. Remember us talking about that? Yes. Is some of this coming back? We want to make sure we don't overeat. I know that meatloaf is so good here, right? I know those cauliflower wings call your name, but you don't want to overeat. You want to eat. Don't eat until you're full. Eat the right proportion for your body. Okay? All right, and you don't want to eat too fast. If you're eating too fast and you're not digesting, you're not chewing everything up, all those things. Right? Y'all recall that? Okay, I think it might be snack time. Y'all starting to fade already. Let me see. Might have to get round one out here. What we're going to have out first? Hey, Trish, might need to get some food queued up. Oh no, let's get everybody's order in first, and then we'll get that out. Okay, perfect. All right, number 4. What is the ideal bowel transit time? Did you say 72 hours, Deborah? I know I didn't hear that right. You're far away. I didn't hear that. Huh? 18 is ideal. What's the ideal time frame? 14 to 22. 14 to 22. Ideal bowel transit time. How do you know what your bowel transit time is? Corn or beets or yes. Something that your body does not digest well or something that has to eliminate and you will see it. So if you eat corn, because our body can't really fully process corn and you don't chew it up all the way, you swallow it. So from the time you swallow to the time it comes out in the commode, that's your bowel transit time, okay? If your bowel transit time exceeds that 22 hours, we need to regroup, okay? We need to regroup because ideally your bowel transit time should be around 18 hours. It'll be a little bit less if you're like a fully raw vegan or a clean vegan. And if you're still eating those dead animals that y'all seem to like in here, it's going to be closer to that 22-hour side. Okay, but as long as you're in that time frame, that things are moving because you don't want things to putrefy. That's why when you use the bathroom and you're still eating that crap, someone goes in behind you, they know you did number 2. Okay, they shouldn't know you did number 2. It should come out very easily. By the time you finish peeing, it should already be out. You should be able to wipe how many times? And the tissue be, oh, okay. Okay. All right. Y'all remember? That's good. Okay. All right. What qualities and markers indicate a healthy stool and elimination? I know this is your favorite subject. This is your favorite question. Okay. It should be brown. What color brown? Dark chocolate brown? Like my husband? Yeah. Y'all remember that? Okay. Yes. What's another good indicator? The shape of it should be like a S or a snake, right? Why that shape? Because the shape of your colon. Okay. All right. What else? What else is a good indicator? The structure. What, Diane? So yes. So remember we talked about, I think last time the Olympics were happening, and we're like, the Olympic divers, they shouldn't have a big splash, right? It should just go in, right? And then they get the 10 points. That's what your poop should do. It shouldn't just belly flop. Okay? That shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen. All right, that's good. What's another thing for a good indicator of healthy stool? It depends. Do you remember what it depends upon? The question, she said it should float, and then she said it should sink. What is it, y'all? I said it depends. What does it depend upon? Your fiber and how much, if you're eating a higher fat content in your diet, the proportions, your macros, if you have a higher fat, okay, that's going to determine that, right? If you're talking about a clean eater, all right? Okay. What else? Y'all missing what's the other one? I kind of already said it. It should not stink. Okay? It should not stink. You should not have poopery in your bathrooms, right? You should not have time to sit down and watch a magazine and scroll on Instagram. You should not have time or Facebook or whatever platform y'all are on. You should not have time for that. It should already be gone and moved on with your day, right? Is that still happening for everybody in here? Okay. All right, we're going to leave that alone. Anything else y'all recall for a healthy stool? Anything else you recall? Well, it shouldn't be little pellets, that's for sure. Okay, so remember, if we had that Bristol stool chart, that's the most agreed upon stool chart. It's not the only one, it's the most agreed upon. So we have 1, 2, and 3, which is in the constipation side, 4 being ideal, 5, 6, and 7 being on the diarrhea side. You all recall that? And if you're on the constipation side, how do you eliminate that? Instead of most people, they feel constipated, they want to do these other things or take a over-the-counter thing, what should you actually do? What helps loosen that up? Right, because your stool is mostly water, so you're most likely dehydrated. You're most likely not drinking enough fluids, structured water, structured fluids throughout the day anyway, right? So the main thing you want to do is hydrate. What else can you do? 2, exercise always. So fiber, but you have to increase water with the fiber, right? Some people increase fiber and then they still drink the same amount of water and you're going to be constipated. You have to make sure your water intake. Magnesium and vitamin C. Okay, magnesium and vitamin C. All right, so if you're on the diarrhea side, why is that actually a good thing? Who recalls why, if we have diarrhea, it's actually your body's really helping you out? Okay, so if you have any kind of infection in the colon, your body's trying to flush it out really quickly, right? It lines the lumen of your colon with water to get it out, right? This is trying to help you so you don't feel like terrible, right? It's a good thing, actually. Okay, that's great. And so if you have diarrhea, what are some things you can do? Crickets. Electrolytes are always a good thing. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all pause on that one. We're gonna come back to that one. Okay, we're gonna keep it moving. All right. What are the ideal proportions of a healthy plate? Ideal. This is ideal. 50. What kind of vegetable, Sharon? Lauren said 50% non-starchy veg. Is that correct? Is that correct? It is correct. Okay, for the ideal plate, so 50% non-starchy veg. So then what's the other 50% of your plate? 25 starch, and that means 25 protein of your choice, right? Preferably plant, but whatever you choose to put there, right? If you choose to eat, non-plant protein sources, make sure it's the best that you can get. Make sure they're not adding all that extra crap to it. Make sure they had some type of life, okay? Go to an actual butcher, go to an actual farm, and know where that meat's coming from. Don't get it off that feedlot meat in the grocery store for $2 a pound. Like, it's not even the same animal in that packaging that you're buying. It's all, okay. All right, we're going to leave that alone. Okay, who recalls, this is a throwback question from like the first year. Who remembers the ways, I think we did 6 ways that year, 6 ways that you can easily eat more plants in your diet? Yes, that's an example of what? She said a smoothie. Y'all don't recall? Okay, I'll give you the first one. The first one I said was if you're still eating, for those who still eating those animals, treat the animal as the side dish, not the star, right? Because most people say what they're having for dinner is like, oh, I'm having salmon. Oh, I'm having lamb, right? Well, that's the focus. And then that portion on your plate is a lot larger than it should be. It's not that 20%, 25% portion on your plate. Okay, so treat that as the side star, like the side note, okay, if you're going to do it. Yeah. Starch. Yes, sir. Thank you, Mike. Sorry, I didn't catch that. All right. So that was the first one. The second one I said, stock your kitchen zones with more fruits and vegetables. Who remembers what the kitchen zones are? There are 4 of them. The counter, the pantry, refrigerator, and the freezer. Okay, so if in your kitchen zones, if you have more fruits and vegetables in those places, right, then you're more likely to eat them, because you're not going to buy food and not eat it. Typically, you shouldn't, unless you're just balling out and you don't care. But even still, don't be wasteful, right? Right. So if you stock those out, so if you see those beautiful fruits sitting on your counter, when you open up your fridge and you see that you have more fruits and vegetables, that's what you're going to eat. Hopefully you're not going to say, forget this, I'm on DoorDash. I hope you're not doing that. Unless you're DoorDashing right here, Living Action Cafe. Okay. All right. Yeah. Thank y'all. Yeah, look. Y'all falling asleep over here. I skipped number 6. Y'all didn't even catch me. You just left it blank. Okay. Okay. What is an easy way, a very easy way we talk about to structure your water? Do you remember us talking about structured water, H3O2, versus drinking just regular water? We talked a lot about water in this class. So when we said about the salt, what were we talking about when we said add like a little tiny pinch of salt? That was to do what? That's to add electrolytes, right? Instead of buying Gatorade, which is, I know I can't say that on YouTube, but I just have to mute that part out. But that's definitely 2 thumbs down. They have all the fake colors and anyway. Yes, but in terms of structuring the water to change its molecular structure, what's the way we talked about? Add fruit. Who said it? Add fruit. Okay, that changes your water to structured water. You can just do it overnight. Do it before you drink it. It changes the water. It makes it more hydrating to the body. Okay, and so you're more likely to retain what you're drinking. Okay. All right. Yeah.
So if you want to eat the fruit, like I just had pineapple,
Uh-huh.
I put the scraps in the water.
Yeah. Absolutely. Especially with pineapple, because there's a lot of medicinal power right there underneath the skin. So that's actually a really good thing. Yes, Pastor Kimbrough? That's excellent. Yes. You can put but don't put too much. It's going to get too thick, right? If you want it to still be like a liquid. Yep. That's a great thing. Some chlorophyll and some chia seeds is excellent. Any other questions or comments before we keep going?
Can you repeat what he said? You said it was excellent.
Okay. I've been asked to repeat the question. Pastor Kimbrough said, can he add chia seeds to the water? So it doesn't necessarily make it structured water, though. It's a healthy water, but it's not changing the molecular structure. I was talking about H3O2 specifically, but yeah. You can add chia seeds to the water. Okay. Chia seeds, great soluble fiber, great omega-3s. Yes. Who remembers? I didn't put this on here. Who remembers the difference between soluble fiber and insoluble fiber? Not all at once. Y'all overwhelming me. Okay, if I just said chia seeds are soluble fiber, what does that mean? Yeah, go ahead. Huh? It does expand in water. So soluble fiber, right? There's two types. You have insoluble fiber. So when if I eat a kale salad, that roughage is like, remember I said it's like a roto-rooter. It comes through and kind of scrubs things out. Your body doesn't really digest it, and you poop it. It adds the bulk to your stool. Okay, but with the soluble fiber, it comes like a gel-like substance, right? And that's what's going to grab. Oh, too much cholesterol, too much estrogen, all that stuff that you have to poop those things out. You can't sweat them out. You can't pee them out. They have to be pooped out. Right, so when you eat enough soluble fiber, that's going to help with that, and it's going to help the lining of your gut as well. Okay. Yeah. So when you're eating a salad, so you eat like a romaine salad or dandelion green salad raw, that is insoluble fiber. All right, that comes through and cleans out all the traveling it's got to do to come out the other end. It cleans all that out. And it adds bulk to your stool, so it wouldn't just be, because like I said, most of your stool is water. So the bulkiness of the stool is insoluble fiber. So soluble fiber is anything that comes with gel-like. So when you put chia seeds in water and it swells, when you eat oatmeal, when you eat things that turn kind of gelatinous, that is soluble fiber, right? And then what that does, it does many things. But the thing we talked about in class is that it helps to pull out excesses in the body. So excess cholesterol. Women, you have too much estrogen, it pulls that out. Okay, it helps to balance your hormones. It helps the lining of your gut. Okay, that's some of the many things it does. It's why you have to have both. So eating chia seed pudding, that's a great way to do it every day for a breakfast, and you'll feel the difference in your poop. I promise you on that. Okay, any other questions? Keep going. Okay, all right. So then I'm hopping back to number 8 where I was on. If y'all have any more questions on that, because we're almost done, so I can pass you all over and then get the food going for you all. All right. So if I said treat animals as a side dish instead of the star, we talk about the kitchen zones and we name what those 4 kitchen zones are, correct? Number 3, veganize your favorite dish. So if you have a favorite dish, try to see how you can do it with less or no animal byproducts or products. That's a way to do it. Okay, so if you love spaghetti, for example, you can get rid of the ground beef and try walnut meat. Okay, and give that a try and see if you like it like that. If you use milk, butter, or cheese in your spaghetti sauce or whatever, you can get the non-dairy version of that. Okay, if you use the noodles with eggs, you can get the egg-free noodles. You can use chickpea noodles, brown rice noodles, kamut. There's so many types of noodles you can buy now. It's black bean noodles, whatever. You don't have to have it with egg. So just try to veganize your favorite dishes. Okay. All right. Next thing you can do is meal prep. So that way you're not tempted to say, I'm just going to DoorDash it. I'm just going to go through the drive-through. If you just meal prep it, then you're committing yourself to saying, okay, I already put the effort in. I already bought the groceries. It's already in my refrigerator. It's already done. I'm just going to grab and go. All right. All right. 2 other things. Who can name something else about how you can eat more plants easily? So just try to replace 1 meal a day with just all plants. And the easiest one we had talked about to do is breakfast. That's the easiest one to start with. So if you want to eat all the other slaughter animals for the rest of the day, you can start your day off with just a smoothie, right, and water. And that way you at least have 1 meal a day that's clean, right, fully clean. That's good for you. All right, and what was the last thing? Anybody remember the last thing we did in terms of how you can eat more plants easily? It was a method. The crowd out method, yes. So instead of thinking about, because some people, it's a mental thing. Well, most people, it's a mental thing. Instead of thinking about what you can't eat or what you shouldn't eat, think about what you should be adding in. So instead of saying, so if you still want to have your this and your this and your that with the animals on their plate, cool. But what else should you be adding to that plate, right? So add the beans, add the raw salad, add that to the plate, and then you're going to eat less and less of the other stuff that you yourself want to eat less of. Okay? Hey, y'all. Okay. Y'all good? Y'all remember that? Seems like I'm seeing some dim lights coming back, flickering, Okay. Hey, Gwen, those are beautiful. Okay. One of my other soapboxes I'm going to try not to get on right now for number 9. How much fiber should you eat per major meal? Not crickets, y'all. That's y'all just stab you in the heart. Lord have mercy. Who said my favorite number? Of course you know. We have a vegan athlete in the building, y'all. Look, he is amazing. Look at him. Yes. So 15 grams. That's what I say for my clients, but the range is 12 to 15 grams per major meal. What is a major meal? Huh? A major meal will be what you all will call a breakfast, a lunch, or a dinner, right? So that means if you decide to have a snack, if you're a snacker and you decide to have an orange or an apple, no, it does not need to be 15 grams because you're just having a snack. But a major meal, and you remember, you don't have to have 3 major meals a day. That's something they're telling you. You don't have to have that. You don't. But if you choose to, whatever, 1, 2, 3, 6, however many major meals you have a day, that's fine. It should be 12 to 15 grams of fiber. What was the shortcut I taught you all about how to check? Hey, about how to check how much fiber is in food if you don't know it off the top of your head. What did I tell you? What was a short way, easy way to do it? Google it. Okay? And then I also told you about the Chronometer app, and it breaks down not just how much fiber is in the food, but the breakdown of everything that's in the food, and it's a free app. Okay? So that's something you can definitely do. Chronometer, CRONO meter. Yes. So that is 12 to 15 meals fiber a day. Great. All right, my other soapbox one. See, I got off that one quick. I was about to go down the rabbit hole. Why is it so important to eat organic? Less or no pesticides, yes. It definitely means, if it says organic, that means it's automatically non-GMO. That's automatic. If it says non-GMO, it doesn't make it organic, but if it's organic, it has to be non-GMO. Yes, that's correct. Pesticides are everywhere, yes. There we go. Now we're getting to the heart of the matter. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. It's more nutrient dense. Why? Why is it more nutrient dense, and why can't you wash it off? Kimberly and Diane. Okay. So I know I had done that demonstration several times where I bought 2 white flowers. I put one in green food coloring water and one in regular plain water. And then that white flower turned green. And then I said to you, how do I wash off the green that's in the flour? You can't. And that's why when y'all cheap out the grocery store and say, I'm going to buy conventional instead of the extra 20 cents per pound for organic, that's the same thing you're doing. It is in the food, okay? Whatever you think you're washing off the top, it's the stuff on the surface, which you should definitely still wash it off. Am I saying don't? Okay, but the stuff that's in the food, that's what you're washing off, okay? And that's what you're not consuming. Because why? Do plants have the 4 elimination channels that the body does? Right. So if a plant needs to let something out, it comes all the way up through the stems, comes all the way up. And then if it has to come out, it has to go all the way back down, go back down to the soil. But it can die if it's something like really acidic, like pesticides. So what happens? The difference between a human cell and a plant cell is a very large space in there called a vacuole. And they will pull all that crap and place it inside the vacuole. And that way it doesn't alter the pH of the plant, so the plant can still live, because it can't get back down and out through the roots in time. Okay, that's why buying organic is so important. That's why I've always told you all, I don't care what brand it is. I care about how it was produced, where it was produced, and the quality of it, because I don't want that crap in my body, and I don't want to spend my money, because I vote with my dollar. I don't want to put that in my body. Okay, so that's just a reminder about why it's so important. You can't wash it off. And then when you buy food grown in healthy soils that are organic, it is more nutrient dense, far more nutrient dense. Now you're going to see the organic fruits and vegetables, they're going to be smaller, but they're going to pack way more nutrients than all that water weight in those bigger conventionally grown ones, right? And then you're going to feel fuller faster. You will feel fuller faster. Now I will say, because it's organic, hi, welcome. I will say that it spoils faster, but your food is supposed to spoil. I don't know why America has you think you should go to Sam's Club or Costco once a month and buy food for the whole month. Like, that's not food. Food is supposed to expire, because it's supposed to be living food, okay? You should go to the grocery store every week. It should not be a chore. It should be a pleasure, Okay, you have to think about that. All right. So if Costco's your best friend and you like to eat all the samples and buy all the big boxes of crap, then okay, at least buy it organic. Okay, let me get off that so I can go. Y'all know how I can get. Okay, all right. So kind of tail in and off of that. If you're one of these BJ, Sam's Club, Costco people, right, or you're a person that says, "I'll go later. I'm just gonna warm something up in the microwave or whatever." Okay, what should you be looking for in the label? Because if it's truly real food, it should not even have a label. Okay, so if you're buying something that has a label, it's already some sort of processing involved because it's required. All right, serving size. That is so important. Why is that so important, Letitia? So 98%. Yes, the part that's I think you're getting there. So the serving size can be deceptive. They can legally put trans fat free, sugar free based on the serving size. So if they have a big bottle of something and they think that, and most people are going to eat the whole bottle, they'll say the serving size is 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, that's what they'll say. It's the serving size. And then based on what the FDA has allowed, they have a rounding. You already sharing? Come back. They have a rounding. So if it's less than, I think it's half a gram or a gram per serving size, you can round down to 0 and say that it's trans fat free, sugar free, all the lies that they put on the front. Okay, so that's why that serving size is super important. Like I told you, like they have the spray oil, and it says fat free. It's oil. It's literally fat. But why? They said the serving size is 1/3 of a second. So when you press it, how do you know what 1/3 of a second is to get the serving size to get 0 calories and 0 fat in oil spray? That's the kind of crap that is allowed in this country. Okay, that's why you have to. That's one of the reasons why you have to read your label. So that's excellent. Thank you very much, Ms. Brown. All right, what else is important on the nutrition label? The ingredients, right? So you want to make sure you understand what those ingredients are. Yes. So like if I don't make my own nut milk or seed milk and I go buy like a cashew milk, it should say cashews and water, right? And I know what cashews are. I know what water is. Yeah. So if it starts getting to, it has a long list of stuff where they have to bold out the allergens and they got to describe in parentheses all. And I'm not even saying that because you can choose to be indulgent sometimes. You know, it's not you don't have to always be for the rest of your life, but just know what it is. Like I said, it's all about, I'm not here to make anybody vegan. I'm here to give you information so that you have informed choice. Okay. And hopefully you'll just consume more and more plants as you go along. Okay. So, all right. What else on the nutrition facts label? What else is super important? That's right. So that's the ingredients. We talk about the ingredients. We talk about the serving size. What else are we looking at? Now y'all still seduced by that marketing about all that. Yes. The added sugars. Okay. The ones they confess to. Okay. All right. So how much refined sugar should you be able to consume a day? That's amazing that y'all remember that of all the things. So I know I told you all and my clients 0 refined sugar, but I'm going to say in general, no more than 8 grams. And 8 grams is how many teaspoons? Because you divide it by, right, because they purposely put the metric system when we use the imperial system here, right? Because you say, oh, it's just 1 gram or 8 grams. It sounds very small. You have no idea what 8 grams is, right? You don't think with all the money we have in this country, they couldn't put how many teaspoons or tablespoons or cups something is. It's on purpose. It's on purpose, okay? So just, hey, Alvin, you just divide by 4, all right, to know how many teaspoons. Remember that display when I wasted my money buying those soft drinks? I don't even know why they call them soft drinks because they're hard, but I still have those things at my house. Okay, I got the lemonade, 77 teaspoons of sugar in 1 16-ounce bottle. This is in one bottle this size, 77 teaspoons in a lemonade, but it said 40 grams or whatever, 77 teaspoons of sugar. And remember, I got a glass of water and I took 1 teaspoon at a time. I said, okay, when is it diabetic tea? When is it Carolina sweet? And y'all told me 7 teaspoons. But in these soft drinks, in the ginger ales, in the lemonades, in the Cokes, the Pepsis, all those things, we're putting 19, 20, 25 teaspoons of sugar in one serving. Okay? So that's what they supposedly have to confess to here when you see added sugars. So that's the other thing that's important on your label. Let me get off my soapbox. You see I'm very impassioned about that. Okay, so yes, those are the main things to look for. Everything else, the protein, the sodium, all that, you already know what you're buying. Okay, you know everything, this whole protein myth, we've already talked about that. You have to have a balance. You have to have protein, you have to have carbohydrates, you have to have fats, period. Okay, you want to make sure they're from the best sources that you can get. Stop this protein myth of where's your protein from? Where are you getting your fiber? Where are you getting your micronutrients? Where are you getting those things? How are you getting your selenium today? How are you doing that? Instead of thinking about this protein, because your body still, there's no such thing as protein. It's amino acids. Your body still, when you eat a piece of fish, your body still has to break those down to amino acids to put it where it needs to go. Okay, your body knows what to do. All right, I feel myself going. Let me reel myself back. Okay, next question. Sorry, guys. All right, we're almost at the end, so I can transition you all over and get some food in your bellies, and put our wonderful speaker on. All right, what are the fat-soluble vitamins? A. Okay, E. D. Oh, yes. Okay, A, D, E, and K. Why is that important? Why is that so important about your fat-soluble? They do stay in your body for a while because water soluble, you pee them out every day, right? So they have to be replenished every day. So your B vitamins, which is for energy. So when you think you're drinking that coffee for energy in the morning, right, you're just crashing out your B vitamins because caffeine negates that and sucks up your magnesium, right? That's why I'm not, if you're going to consume coffee, make sure it's separate from when you take any kind of supplement, at least 2 hours, right? So, but fat soluble vitamins stay in the body. You don't pee those out every day. They have to be replenished by what you eat. So if you eat a salad, for example, my famous kale salad, okay, which I did not make for you all today. My husband was like, they've had it before. Do the baked greens. So I said, okay, cool. We can do that. Because I'm like, they might be sick of it at this point. I make that salad all the time. Anyway, if you eat a salad, and like I told you, I like to eat my salads dry. I'm not really a dressing person. But if you decide to put dressing on it, because I'll put avocado or some type of like nut or seed for my fat source. Why do you need to have a fat source when you're eating a salad, for example? Why do you need that? So certain nutrients are fat soluble, certain nutrients are water soluble. So vitamin K, when you see something green, think vitamin K. Okay, vitamin K, you just said, is a fat soluble vitamin. So if you eat your salad and there's no fat source, and hopefully it's not ranch dressing or Thousand Island, hope it's not that, but you don't have some type of fat source, then you can't fully absorb those nutrients that are fat soluble. Okay, so that's why I specifically call those out. So sometimes you think you're eating healthy and you put goo gobs of cheese on it and ranch and all this crap, right? Make sure it's balanced. If you're going to eat a salad, can we eat a real salad? And we've had some absolutely delicious, amazing salads in this class, and they're still listed on the website. Make those. All right, even if you happen to go through a drive-thru and eat one of their non-organic salads, at least you're trying, okay? At least you're trying. Just don't ruin it with the dressing. Because why? 1 tablespoon of oil has how many calories? 120 calories. So most time y'all cook, you start off with all the grease in the pan. Then you put all that crap on the salad, and it's not healthy anymore. You don't put 700 calories on the top of the greens. Just be intentional about the oil if you're going to use it. Be intentional. You have it deep fried and all this stuff. Just think about that. Because some people are like, oh, I eat so healthy. I'm like, I bet you there's a lot of oils in your diet. I bet you there's a lot of oils in your diet. Okay, so just think about it. It's not about being calorie driven, because we know we don't do that, but that's just something to be mindful of, because such a little amount is so calorie dense. So how do you give yourself a treat in a healthy way? Because I know we've talked about this many times. How do you give yourself a treat? I hear people say, I'm going to treat myself to this. I'm going to treat myself to that. How do you give yourself a treat? I hear mumbling, so I don't hear confident answers. A massage. I'm talking about a treat with food. But a massage always works for me. That's my number. It's my number one. Huh? Massage. Okay, how do you treat yourself with food? Because I hear people say, oh, I'm going to cheat today. I'm going to treat myself with this. Is that really a treat? So remember we talked about, Pam said yes. Pam, come on. Oh, it's Trudy? I should have known it was Trudy. Okay. Okay, remember we talked about changing our mindset, okay? Because when we treat ourselves when you have that Naija Goddess Kill salad. That's a treat to your body. That's what your body wants. It's not a treat to your body when you say, I'm going to splurge, I'm going to have a little Ben and Jerry's, right? I'm going to splurge and have that. That's not a treat to the body. It's an association. You feel like you need to flip it around.
Non-dairy Ben and Jerry's.
He loves the non-dairy Cherry Garcia. And I'm not saying there's not a time and place to have an indulgence. Okay, we've always talked about that. I'm definitely not saying that. Yes? So, she is asking about the cookies I make that I'm sure most of y'all have had. That is an indulgence. Even though I make them with healthy ingredients and all that, it's still a healthy indulgence. Now, I've made some super healthy, whole food, plant-based desserts in this class. And then I've made some ones that are more indulgent as well, but still with healthy ingredients, but still indulgent in terms of the calories and still just the sugar and the ratios are still indulgent. So I'm not saying you can't have that. What I'm saying is don't tell yourself you're treating your body. Does your body want more sugar, refined sugar? Does your body want more refined carbs? Does your body want, no, your body does not, Lynn. No, it does not. Does your body feel its best when it has those things? No. You treat yourself when your body feels its best. That's when you treat yourself. That's what you need to tell yourself. I'm going to treat my body today with X because when I eat X or consume X, I feel better. Like when I have one of these shakes in the morning and I feel I can breathe deeper. I feel I can do more in the day. And y'all know I'm busy. I'm up all day, all night. I'm doing all the things. And so anything that's going to help me naturally, that's a treat to my body. Which Ian's going to explain. That is a treat to my body. Me having one of my cookies, it's not a treat to my body. That's me saying I'm choosing to have an indulgence. I make also, I don't even eat it. I don't want it when I make it. But you know what I'm saying, okay? We have to change our mindset into what is the treat. Because then it's like, oh, I'm going to have a little cheat day. Then the cheat day turns into a week. Then all of a sudden you're off the bandwagon. And it's like, oh, 6 months has passed and I've been to class. And I ain't thought about this. Right, and now here come the holidays, and the holidays is my next excuse to have a whole cheat day and treat myself, right? Treat yourself by making your body feel its best. And then a cleanse, which we'll talk about today, okay? So with that, I think that is a perfect segue to bring up our partner, Ian Farr of Purium Foods. He's going to talk to you about what we have invested in personally and the experiences that we felt. And if you all feel so great about them too, then feel free to join today. And while Ian is talking and getting the microphone, I'm going to be passing out some samples of some of the shakes that, like I just mentioned, right? And I'm not, like, again, I'm just very clear. He would not be here if I did not think this was a good thing. You all have never seen me endorse or support a product because I don't care. The ingredients here, they're all ethically sourced. They're all organic. They're all clean. He's also a certified holistic nutritionist. He's going to tell you his whole backstory, but he is the real deal, and he lives it. And him and his son. Okay, and I'm just very excited for you all to hear about this and see if you all even have any interest in that. Now, while we do, I'm gonna pass out those smoothies, and then I'm gonna come out and start passing out some food. Hey, Darlene. Okay, I'm gonna turn off my mic and pass it over to Ian.
Thanks a lot, Amy.